Are you a parent of a potential piano student that's hesitant about online lessons? Not sure if it will work for you? This video is for you. I'm going to tell you all about online lessons, what to expect, how to prepare, all that good stuff. So here we go. Hi everybody, Miss Emily here with EB Music. I teach piano and voice lessons to young beginners in a fun and creative way. So if you are a parent of a student or a child who's interested in learning piano, you're in the right place. I am starting my very first summer group of Kids Play Piano. If you are interested in joining that group, these are group lessons for young beginners, online lessons. And so this is perfect for your child to get their feet wet in piano lessons and see how it is. So join the wait list. Be sure to click on the link below in the description. So you're here because you're interested in online lessons. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about that, what to expect, how to prepare, what you need, all that good stuff. So here we go. Your first question might be, what is an online lesson even like? That's a great question. I actually linked a very short video that I did a while back that's an abbreviated version of what I do in my online private one-on-one lessons. Basically, you have a specific time and day that your child will log in to an online platform. I use Zoom, and they will take their lesson either for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. Ideally, your child's computer or tablet will be placed to the side beside them on a stand or on books, something like that. And I'm on camera and I lead the lesson with your student. We start off just by saying, hi, how's it going? Then we go into a new concept. We go into songs that we're playing or working on. If it's their first lesson, we're gonna be playing piano right away. I'm gonna be showing them how they can make beautiful music without having to read music. And at the end, I always like to do a fun game or activity, something interactive that will reinforce what we just learned in a fun way. Basically, an online lesson is just like what you would have with an in-person lesson, maybe like what they would have at school, or if they're homeschooled, maybe what you do with them at home. It's the same thing, it's just a different medium. We're on camera instead. And you might be wondering how your child can see my piano or how I can help them. Don't worry, I've got an overhead camera right here that I use, and your child is able to see everything that I'm playing, and I will point out things as we go. So that's an easy way and something you don't have to worry about. The second question you might have is, what do I need? What does my child need for an online lesson? Of course, your child will need to have access to a computer or tablet that they are comfortable using. You can also use a phone, which is okay, it works. The screen's just really small, so if you're trying to see a key that I'm playing, sometimes it's a little hard, but I have students who use phones and it works fine. And of course, you'll also need a Wi-Fi connection or a plugged-in connection if you want to, if you're using a computer. Most of us have that, but just be sure that you have good internet access where you want to take your lesson. Your child will also need to be at a piano or a keyboard, whatever works. They'll also need somewhere to sit, a chair. They'll need a stand to put some music on, sheet music, books, things like that. And they'll need a quiet place to do their lesson away from a bunch of noise. I also send goodie boxes to my students. For my group lessons, I wouldn't send to this, but for my online individual one-on-one lessons, I actually send them a goodie box. This goodie box has things like pencils, markers, crayons, stickers. It's got bookmarks to book a song we're working on, and it's got dice. The dice is for the games that we play, and it helps it be interactive and gives us something fun to do at the end to reinforce concepts. For a group lesson, especially for my Kids Play Piano course, all your child will need is a pencil. And if they have access to a dice, that's always fun too, but that's not necessary. In my Kids Play Piano course, you won't need any books or sheet music except what you might have to print out from the course that I'm creating. I will send any music that they need, so they'll just need to have that ready and ready to go as soon as we start the lesson. If you're starting an online lesson with another teacher, your teacher will let you know what they require and what they want the child to have at the piano during the lesson. The third question you might have is, what is expected of my child? Behavior-wise, will they be able to work the tech? Will they know what to do? This is probably the biggest hurdle for a lot of parents. They're worried their child will not thrive and do well in an online lesson. And I'm here to say that could be true, but give it a try because I think your child will surprise you, and I think the teacher will definitely know what to do to help your child. So here's what is expected of your child. Before your very first lesson, try to do some practice. have your child practice logging in. Tell them how to log in. This will take some time. This does take some time at the beginning, but the time you take at the beginning will be well worth it. Have your child practice logging into Zoom. Have them practice some of the controls, any troubleshooting. Let them know where the microphone is, where the camera is. If the system lets you write on the screen, let them know how to write on the screen. But the teacher will show them a lot of that, so you don't have to worry about that. As long as your child is comfortable knowing how to log in, and even you can go, downstairs or to another room and practice talking with them online if it's their first time doing something like that. Personally, I teach my students how to annotate on the screen, which is something you can do in Zoom, which is what I use. So you don't have to teach your child that. I do that. The teacher does that, and they'll learn how to write on the screen, and they'll have all the instructions they need. But if you can, before your first lesson, help your child work through those controls, practice logging in, that will help them feel more comfortable. As far as the child's focus, don't worry about that either. The teacher does the heavy lifting on that. If you're worried about your child's attention span, try a few lessons with the teacher. The teacher probably has tricks up their sleeve to engage your child and to have fun with them, to help them enjoy the online lesson. Good teachers know how to engage the students, and I think you'll be surprised at how well your child will do. As far as what to expect with communication, the child and the teacher communicate this way. However, after lessons, sometimes teachers might ask your permission, of course, to have the child's kids messenger. So maybe like if you have a messaging app that you use, that way the teacher can send your child videos throughout the week to help them practice. If they're having trouble, the child can send some messages and say, can you help me with this? The teacher is always willing to do that. I know that I do that with a lot of my students. I ask the parents permission if I can have access to them directly throughout the week. The progress is a lot better that way, and it's definitely beneficial for online lessons. We have the online communication already. The last question I want to cover is something you might be wondering. Are online lessons really as good as live in-person lessons? The answer to that is a resounding yes. I have found that online students actually usually make more progress faster than live in-person students. This is because online lessons teaches something that in-person lessons doesn't always teach, and that is independence. The child is already having to learn troubleshooting techniques. They're having to ask questions of the teacher themselves instead of the teacher sitting right beside them and knowing exactly what they need. Your child will get better and better at having ownership of their own learning, and this translates into progress in piano. So you will be happy and surprised by these online lessons and how beneficial they are. Even if you think right now, my child is not independent, like they have to ask, I have to do everything for them. Online lessons helps to teach them that. So if that's something your child is not great at or you want them to improve upon, I definitely recommend doing online lessons because I think this will help teach your child those skills. I have students who have only taken lessons online for years, 3, 4 years, and they are making tremendous progress. They always participate in our recitals. We stream them playing their song at home, and it's wonderful. I love seeing their progress. So in case you're thinking, when I took piano lessons as a child, I could not imagine doing it online. Times have changed, right? Your child has their device, they know how to use it. Online learning is definitely a huge benefit to students, and they learn a lot doing this online. So basically, to conclude, I think online lessons are just as beneficial, if not more beneficial, than in-person lessons. And all you need to prepare is really just a little practice session before your first lesson, and you're good to go. Now in 2020, we all know that we were forced to do everything online. So you might be in one of two camps. You might be, online is great, it's so convenient, I'm able to do a lot more. You might be gung-ho online. Or you're in the second camp, which might be like, I am so tired of online, I just want to see a person face to face. Now, as with a lot of things in life, I think the answer lies somewhere in the middle. It is okay to have some forms of your education be online and virtual, and some forms be in person. I say give online lessons a try, see if your child and you like it. And if you don't like it, that is totally fine. You can find a local piano teacher who will give you wonderful piano education. Did I answer all your questions? Are there more questions you have, or do I need to expand on what I talked about? Be sure to comment below and let me know what you thought. And again, if you want to try online piano lessons in the summer, be sure to click that wait list down below and you'll get into my summer piano course just for young beginners called Kids Play Piano, and I hope to see you there. Lastly, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in piano lessons for your child. I give piano tutorials as well on this channel that might be a fun thing for your child to do, get their feet wet in playing some songs on the piano. Okay, everybody, I will see you next time.